Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check check check, check 1 2.
Good evening. We'll try that again. Good evening. Hello, all you who have joined us on the stream. You know it's the second Sunday in a month of the summer here because it's Friday. Fridays in the Valley. The concert series that has been with us since 2012. It's the marriage of mission and music. Music lifts our spirits and gives us encouragement for life. Mission is what we do to serve others who need encouragement. And by serving, we get encouraged. We'll talk a little bit more this night about the mission cause at the Pause. My name is Jim Cook, and I am here because Richard Buller is in deep, difficult work at Breezy Point Golf Course. And where better to be on a day like this with the whole family. By the way, the whole family is there. I don't know about you, but these guys behind me have something in them that says, not just we're big, not just we're a band, but we got good news. So welcome them.
That was the classic Count Basie song "Told You So," written by Bill Holman and featuring Peter Shervold on flute and Chris Gerhardtson on trombone. And of course, it also included the rest of the trombone section. So, I think I'm going to introduce the trombone section right away. Since we were featured, we need to get out there and all that kind of stuff. On my end here is Carl Anderson. On lead is Keith Miner. You met Chris already. And I'm Brian Richter on bass trombone. We are the Good News Big Band, and we've shared our unique mix of Christian and concert style of big band music for over 30 years in this Twin Cities area. Our early morning church services usually wake people up, if they come in sleeping and so on. But the pandemic has certainly slowed that down a bit, but hopefully we're going to start picking it up here pretty soon so that we can start doing church services, which is a part of our charter. All our musicians here are volunteering their time for playing, and I also show up on Sunday nights to rehearse, and it's a lot of fun. So we look forward today to share this unique style of big band music with you folks, and hopefully you enjoy it. Our next song features the sax section. It's called Elkhart. It was written by Mike Barone. This is a twist on the song of Back Home Again in Indiana. This version also includes part of the classic Charlie Parker music of Donna Lee. So this is Elkhart. That was Elkhart with Peter Blackstead on alto sax. Way to go, Peter. You know, I think at this time, since the saxes were up there, I think I'll do some introductions of them. So starting on the end there on tenor is Peter Shervold. You saw him on flute earlier. Next to him is Mike Consor. First you met Peter, then Ed Johnson, and T.D. Gibbs. Now we have a standard song that probably brings it down a little bit in tempo and all that kind of stuff. So that this song many recording artists have done throughout the years. This is an arrangement done by the great arranger Tom Cubis, and it's called Bye Bye Blackbird. Again, that was Blackbird featuring Peter Shervold on tenor sax. Now I would like to introduce the rhythm section back there. I'd like to start first with Sam Graber. I know it's Sam Graber. Okay, we're waiting for the punchline. Yeah, Sam Graber on bass. Rufino Ochoada on drums. Down over on piano is Brian Vole. And Ed Smith on guitar. You know, W.C. Handy wrote our next song of St. Louis blues. Sometimes I say St. Louis blue. It's a different style of dance music that brought blues into the pop culture at that time. Tom Kimas has taken the original sound and has made it swing for big band. So the St. Louis blues. That was Jim Alcott on trumpet for St. Louis Blues. Since we got a trumpet player up, let me introduce the trumpet section. On my end here is Dan Theobald. Next to him on lead is Steve Hoganson. And then we have Scott Schneider. Our next piece takes one of the traditional pieces you see in your hymnal. If you still have, you got hymnals up there. Some churches don't have them anymore. But it takes that traditional gospel song of Amen and gives it a little shuffle, a little swing, a little blues. I don't know. It probably puts a lot of things in there. This one is arranged by Jeff Anderson. Again, it's Amen. That was Ed, that was Ed the Fingers Smith on guitar. That was Peter Shervold on flute and Brian Dole on piano. You know, I think it also included a little bit of trumpet there too, didn't it, on lead? So Steve Hoganson on trumpet too. Our next piece takes, again, a traditional hymn of What a Friend We Have in Jesus and gives it some great swing. This is another one of the songs that wake people up in the morning. You know, as you can imagine, some of the tunes we have here, you go, this is not what you normally hear for church service. So it's really kind of fun to see people go, oh my God. This one is arranged by Chris McDonald, who is a prolific arranger who has done a number of big band charts for a church setting, and we have a lot of his charts. He primarily does arranging for artists like Carrie Underwood, Martina McBride, Amy Grant, and there's a whole host of others, and a lot of them based out of Nashville since he's based in Nashville. This one features Jim Olcott on trumpet. And then after this song, there will be a short pause for announcement by Pastor Jim Cook. Again, this is What a Friend We Have in Jesus.
Incredible. Can you clap louder than that? Yes, wonderful. You give a pastor a microphone, you never use the word short message. Short. Minnesota Council of Churches has had a big week. They've been working with the Muslims to celebrate the end of Ramadan. That's one of the things the Minnesota Council of Churches does. Tries to tie us together and let us know that there are lots of roads to get to the road of peace. They also are helping us understand what it means to be able to say this land is not our land. We're standing on the land of someone from whom we took it. And it's a very sacred land. And so they're doing a great deal of work with Native Americans and helping us understand our place. One of the most recent things they've been working on is the partnership with local churches to resettle those Afghan refugees who were so vital to our troops when they were there, trying to bring some kind of peace and order to this country of Afghanistan. Valley Community Presbyterian Church has been privileged to be a part of one of those partners. Minnesota Council of Churches says it'll take about 6 months for your family to get settled, and so they ask us to sign up for a responsibility for 6 months. One of the joys of that 6 months is that you fall in love with the family that you settle, and so it becomes no longer a time commitment. You just stay together until things resolve. Things are not resolving well for our family, the Carwan family, but most of that has to do with health and the fact that Silab, the father, was so terribly injured in an attack in Afghanistan that it was really unsure if he would even survive. He still has many lingering injuries. So ability to have a 40-hour-a-week job and to be there on time every day is not a possibility. So benevolent employers are finding ways to give him jobs and accept him at work when he can work. But it takes a lot of support from those of us who appreciated what these good Afghanis did for our troops when they were there. So tonight's mission adventure is to be a supporter of the Minnesota Council of Churches, but very specifically to be a supporter of the Carwan family. Any indication or inspiration you have for giving tonight with good news would be accepted. Make a check, if you will, to VCPC, Valley Community Presbyterian Church. There's a receptacle in the narthex. We'd ask you to give as generously as you can. If you're streaming with us online, just hit the gift button up in the upper right-hand corner, drop down the menu and find Fridays in the Valley. There's no special concert asterisk for Sunday. Fridays in the Valley concert, and give generously. I want to thank Greg and Mary Rahm for making sure that we can always have these concerts, for sustaining membership to make it possible. I want to thank Sue Ruby Modert and Vicki Wheeler for originating this idea and continually carrying it through and bringing us such incredible music as we're experiencing tonight. If you haven't noticed it, it's good news. It's such good news that what a friend we have in Jesus gives them a break when they need it. It's all right to find humor in the gospel. Well, I didn't have any. But now it's time for Amazing Grace, and that's good news.
So that was Sam, the bass man, Graber, and again, add the hands, the fingers, Smith on guitar, on Amen. That arrangement of Amen was arranged by local composer and arranger Kevin Mills. He's done a good number of big band church music, so it's always good to have him writing some tunes for us. Again, we're the Good News Big Band. We do have a website, gnbb.org. It's a place you want to go and check to see, what our schedule is. You especially want to check maybe in the fall so you can start looking at what our Christmas concerts are going to be. I thought I'd put something cool in there for such a hot day like today. So, start looking in the fall for our Christmas schedule. Our upcoming schedule for the rest of this summer is on July 20th. We're at 7 p.m. We're going to be playing at the Como Lakeside Pavilion in St. Paul. It's a great place to play. Invite your friends on the east side to come on over and join them. It's a great view of the lake as well. On Sunday, August 7th, we're also playing at 7 p.m. That's at Lake Harriet United Methodist Church, which is in Minneapolis. That's where we also rehearse. It's a great place to come. We may be playing outside. We may be playing inside. It depends on the weather. Then Sunday, August 21st at 5 p.m., we're going to be at Crystal Lake Park. It's actually a church picnic, but everybody is welcome if you just want to come and listen or tell some of the folks on the south side of town, let them know. Again, check gmbb.org. That's the place to look for that. Next, we have an arrangement by Gordon Goodwin, who is a great writer for big band. He does a lot of arranging for Hollywood movies. You may have heard some of his pieces in The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Avengers 2, The Incredibles. There's a lot of good stuff that he writes. He's going to write some really challenging tunes for big band, and which are usually a lot of people love it. So this is a swing version of the hard bop Watermelon Man that was originally done by Herbie Hancock. Again, that was Watermelon Man featuring Jim Alcott on trumpet. Our next song is something of a Latin feel. It was arranged by Horace Silver, who dedicated it to his father, who was of Portuguese descent. This arrangement of Song for My Father for big band is done by Gordon Brisker. Again, that was Song for My Father, featured Ed Smith on guitar, Peter Shervold on tenor, Scott Snyder on trumpet, and Brian Dole on piano. You know, I've seen some folks smiling out there, and you know, when you're smiling, then the whole world smiles with you, right? And When You're Smiling is our next song. And that was written by Larry Shea, Mark Fisher, and Joe Goodwin in 1928, and this is arranged by Tom Cubis. When You're Smiling. Again, that's when you're smiling. Our next tune was a Grammy-winning, excuse me, let me reset there. Grammy-winning jazz vocalist, guitarist George Benson made this famous in 1976. The song is This Masquerade. It's written by American singer and musician Leon Russell. Now we'd like to play this arrangement, written by the talented Frank Mantooth. Again, This Masquerade. Again, that was This Masquerade, and it featured Ed Johnson on tenor sax. I'd like to thank you all for coming to hear us play tonight. We would also like to thank Valley Church for sponsoring this and hosting us. You know, it's a lot of fun. Again, you can find more information about our band on gnbb.org. So we're going to finish it out here with a classic Dixieland song done in the style of a swing. It was arranged by our local University of Minnesota jazz director, Dean Sorensen. And it starts in the style of Sing, Sing, Sing. It does feature Rufino Ochoa on drums and Jim Alcott on trumpet.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are musicians all. Thanks for bringing your gifts here. One of the things you brought that we felt were your hearts. You played from there, and we received you with ours. So thanks for being with us on this night, which is the end of our first decade as Fridays in the Valley. What a nice way to conclude and celebrate 10 years of these great experiences. I am only too happy to tell you that we are going to take a month off. This is the season ending. New season begins in September on the 9th, and it will be a totally beloved day. TBD. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching with us and streaming with us. Remember, mission, marriage with music. Be inspired. Give. One more time for the Good News Big Band. Thank you all. Have a great night.